few months I'll hit 4 years into trading, and for the first time I will say I'm starting to see some kind of improvement. Honestly, I'm not saying I am too profitable yet, but I'm saying for the first time I am able to start seeing that I am leaving that break-even stage which I was suffering from like 4 months ago. So what I did 4 months ago, or should I say, yes, 5 months ago. Before that, five months ago, I was a losing trader completely. I don't even end up a month on break even or anything. I always end up on a minus, probably like -5% or -10%, or you can call it in risk to reward as you like. So I always end up I always end up the month on minus until April. I think until April, when I started doing some things that helped me. That was when I started seeing I was at a level of break even. I will end up the month at probably at zero, or end up the month at -1 or -2. I wasn't even seeing profit. Even my +1, I was hardly seeing +1. I think I saw +1 at some point. So the things that changed for me was that, first of all, I got a strategy. So with strategy, you can use someone's strategy. You can use a strategy which you've observed, which with time, if you've been in the charts for a very long time, you've been into trading for a long time, you've seen something that keeps repeating itself over and over again since where you started. Over and over again, you see something that has been repeating itself. You can pick that and say, I want to trade this as a strategy. So what you're going to do is that you're going to pick that, write it down. Make sure you write it down. Set rules regarding how you trade that thing. And what you're going to do is that you're going to follow that exact thing for the whole of the month. Yes, you trade exactly the way it is for the whole of the month. The thing is that if it's your strategy, you're going to, most of the times, you're going to end up that month on a losing outcome. It will end up in losses. So what is going to help you with that information is that at the end of the month, you start seeing things that you can tweak in that strategy to start making money from trading. That's just how the thing is. That is how it. That's why I don't really put so much effort on strategy, because you can actually just sit on the chart, just put in some months, and then you see things that are repeating themselves, and you can pick it and start working on it. You can set like another 6 months and start working on how to fix that into a system. So that was what I did, and instead of using someone's strategy, I just felt I wanted something simpler, and personally, I wanted something that would be less time consuming, because apart from trying to make money from trading, I want to deliver myself from time freedom. Yeah, I want to have time freedom. Yes, I want to be able to do other things. I want to come onto the charts for a little time, because if I stay on the charts too long, I make impulsive decisions. So I needed a system that will give me less time on the charts, and will give me time freedom, and I'll also make money, very importantly. So that was when I noticed something over these past 4 years, which I said there's something I've seen repeated continuously on the charts. So that was what I picked and started working on since April. So the first month, I started with executing that system. I wrote down my rules about that system and executed it for the whole month of April. But mind you, I was not too disciplined, because I did not have the kind of discipline I have now then. So I did so many mistakes. I made so many mistakes of taking trades that were not part of the rules, and taking trades that were part of the rules. So they were all joined. So at the end, the result I got was not what I was looking for. So I needed to journal again for the next month. That was when I journal everything. But I was still making mistakes, because up to now I still make mistakes. I'm not perfectly disciplined, but I am more disciplined than I was before. So I started journaling again. This time the mistakes were less, because when I came back at the end of the month, that April, I hope I'm not mistaken, I think it's April, that April, which is this year, I noticed that the mistakes are not allowing me to analyze, to know how to fix the system better for the next one. So I needed to journal again for the next month and reduce the amount of mistakes I was making. So first of all, in that month of April, what I noticed, or one of the best thing I noticed, was that after trading all that with all those mistakes, that was the first time ever in my life that I ended up a month with +1 risk to reward. Yes, +1. I was like, wow, even with all these mistakes, what if I actually follow this system? What if I actually follow this system I might have probably ended up the month in +2, +3, or maybe +4. But I ended up in +1 risk to reward. So that was something big for me. Something that I normally end up a month in a -5, -10, -12, taking 60 to 50 to 60 trades monthly. But this time I followed my system. I was a little bit disciplined and ended up the month with that kind of risk reward, and I took lesser trades. So that was when I decided I want to make things better. I want to see how I'll go the next month. That was when I went to the next month. With a better approach. Now I took that month and traded with lesser mistakes. There was still mistakes also, but with lesser mistakes, and I still ended the month. How many? I think it was -1 risk to reward or plus. I really can't remember. I am not too sure. I can't remember, but I know I improved. So after having those 2 months of improvements, I was like, wow. So I'm at my break-even stage now. I am at the level where if I have capital now, I'm not going to blow that account. I already know how my systems work. I already know how I can set risk management, and that was another thing that taught me how to put risk management, how risk management actually works. Another tip is that risk management is not you risking small percentages. Risk management is you putting your risk according to the way your system works. If your system is able to give you 5 trades in a month alone monthly, you can decide to risk higher. Or if most of the times it gives you 4 losses in a row, you know that your risk can be a little bit moderate. If it gives you like 10 losses in a row, you can reduce the way your risk is. So risk management is you putting your amount, the amount you want to lose, according to the way your system works. That is just how it is. That is the tip I have for you. That is a very important tip. It really helped me. That was what I noticed for all those journaling I did over those months. So after that month also, I noticed a great improvement, and then the next month, what I noticed was now the amount of trades I was taking is reducing because I am removing the mistakes I'm making. And apart from removing the mistakes, I am noticing some little things in the system that are not really working too well. So I'll change that. And then until the next month, I'll notice that I have less trades and now I have better win rates. And honestly, it was so shocking for me. I think April, May, June. I think June was when I ended the month in +4 risk to reward or so. Yes, this time was not +1, it was +4. So I was able to bring out a result of +4. That was really, really surprising to me. It was really surprising to me. And the amount of discipline there wasn't easy, to be honest. It wasn't easy. Please, I hope this noise from my neighbors. You just have to bear with me. So that was how I started seeing little growth. And to be honest, from that June till now, those are the kind of results I'm seeing. I'm seeing +4. I got +4 June, I think. Yeah, +4 June. Last month, July, I also got +4. And this month, we're still in the month. I'm currently on minus for this month. I'm currently on minus. So that thing has really, really helped me. It is the best thing I've ever done. So the message here in this video is that your strategy isn't really a problem. You just have to know what is working in the market. Even if it's a strategy that you were taught by someone, pick that strategy and do your own research on it. Make sure you journal every trade. As I always mention, if you're going to journal, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all for you to journal. But then, if you have gotten all those information you're looking for from that journaling, it is going to help you the next month. To be honest, you will be motivated to continue journaling. You won't have any stress journaling. At some point, you feel that for me to take a win, I rather journal my trades. I rather lose and just journal my trades, because you just keep improving with journaling. It helps a lot. So currently, I am still improving my system. I'm not going to say I'm profitable yet because I don't have the results to show for it yet. I don't have the results. When I get the results, I'll show it for it. Even though few weeks ago I made withdrawal on a small live account which I was trading, and honestly that was the first time. I mentioned that also. If you've been following me, that was the first time. So this thing is just great. Just try it and you'll see how it's going to work. Subscribe if you like this kind of video, because to be honest, you're not going to see this kind of videos randomly on YouTube. I share exactly my experiences. I've been trading for 4 years. I know I'm not profitable yet, but I know I am going to be profitable. That is what I'm sure of. I am sure I am going to be profitable. So if you feel like, okay, you want to learn from me, you want to follow through my experiences also, fine, you can subscribe, and then we'll keep going. So the video is already 10 minutes. I'll be cutting it now. I'll catch you in another video.